Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Investing and Trading Live. As always, my name is Josh Bilquist. Today is October. Yes, my friends, it is October the 2nd, Monday morning, and market is about to open up in 1 minute. It looks like stocks are going to open up low on the day. We showed a lot of volatility overnight with the S&P 500 futures, and just it looks like the S&P 500 and the market is now open, and everything has opened up lower other than the NASDAQ. NASDAQ actually opened up actually gapped up ever so slightly. So that's what we're going to talk about here today on the show, is about the volatility in the stock market. We have the government shutdown news over the weekend here. I believe that was Saturday night, kicking the can down the road, as always. So we probably won't discuss a whole lot about that. We'll get into the markets. Markets look like they are showing some good movement as the market is opened. So market has opened up lower. So let's get into the market update. So we'll do a market update today. We'll peek at our opportunities that we talked about last week. I believe Target, S&P 500. S&P 500 was a small loser, which is fine. That's why you put small risk on your trades. And that way, because you're not going to win them all. We'll look at Target. We will look at maybe TKO again. Coinbase is actually up. A gap's up pretty big here today, about 4% or so. So that's what we're going to discuss here today, opportunities in the market. So there we go. That being said, there is risk in trading. You can and will lose money at one point in your life. This is for strictly entertainment purposes only. Mainly mine, but hopefully you find it entertaining as well. All right, so S&P 500 last week closed out the week at about, let's try to get a somewhat accurate price here. I'm just going to look at the chart here. Last week closed roughly around 427.35. And let's see if I can see what the performance is. Since it is the 1st of October, I think what we'll do is we will do a month to date or a month performance on that. So let's go to, we'll just look at the SPX, which is basically, you know what, let's look at the SPY. All right, S&P 500. All right, let's try to find it. Anyways, S&P 500, the past month down almost about 5%. So S&P almost down about 5% the past month. The NASDAQ down about 4.7%. And the Dow Jones roughly about 3.96% the past month. So a rough September for the markets. And they do say, I believe it was September, October is the worst month of stocks. The dollar up 2.93% on the month. Apple down 8% on the month. Oil had a pretty decent month, up almost 5.5%. Gold was down 5.25%, almost 5.5%, and same thing with silver, down 11.5%. So not a good month for commodities other than oil. Bitcoin up 10% the past month. So there you go, Bitcoin. Way to go on that one. Let's get a little round of applause for Bitcoin, up 10% on the past month. Way to go, Bitcoin. All right, so that's your major market overall month to date or last month performance. So S&P 500 currently at 427.05. Down 46 cents on the day, gapped lower and is showing a little bit of strength as the market has opened. So we had that demand zone, S&P 500, SPY, from 429 down till about 425. What the market did, it did not respect that demand zone in the S&P 500. But if you look at the S&P 500 futures, that respected the demand zone on the futures market from, and 43.02 mark down to roughly the 42.63. So that demand zone did respect the futures zone. So for those of you that were doing options or trying to buy SPY long, potentially got stopped out there if you're looking at supply and demand. And for those futures traders, actually not looking, quite frankly, too shabby. So that's your S&P 500. The Dow Jones, now we broke those lows, currently at 434.68. Market gapped lower, and we are showing some strength. We are almost flat on the day after the market had opened up. So market is almost flat on the day with the Dow Jones. The QQQ, which is the NASDAQ, 359.47, currently actually up on the day, 0.3%. So that one is showing a little bit of movement as that has opened up. IWM, which is the Russell, coming right off of our demand zone that we had marked up. I don't know, you can look at the archives on that. But currently at 176.68 for the Russell. Interesting there. So that one is respecting the demand zone. You got about a 1.5 to 1 on that on the IWM. So that's your major market update. So that's that. Let's look at some gold and silver. Before we do that, we'll look at some ETFs. Some good movers on the ETFs would be XLU down 1.37%, XME down 1%, and silver down 3.5%. So silver really struggling, down to $19 per share. And what happened here is it's been bouncing off that demand zone from back in March of 2023. 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and at fourth time it finally just plowed through it. Now we're down to $19.61 on the silver ETF. USO almost flat on the day. Volatility is up again. Actually, volatility is spiking again. We'll look at some options here today. So that is your silver ETF. Let's look at the spot price for silver. Spot price for silver, $21.39, and we have now broke through. Not much though. We'll see what happens here. This will be a big day for silver. We have a demand zone for silver that we've been waiting for, and it has broke through that demand zone ever so slightly. So if we get some more bearish pressure here, then we'll probably see this go down to the lows of $19.91 or so. So there's some opportunities there for you silver traders. Gold currently at $1,833.62, 50, actually 36, 31. Market's really moving pretty good. So that's your gold coming down to its demand zone that we've been talking about for a while now. It had been range bound for the past 2, 3 and 4 months even. So gold is actually getting down to our demand zone. So we will look at gold and see it, and it is low on the percent Bollinger Band. So we will see if there is any way out of the money options there potentially. I like that. As we talked about in the kickoff, Bitcoin is really surging right now. We're up about 10% in the last month. All right, so that's that. Some other movers. Nvidia up 2%. All right, let's go look at Target. Target down $1.42. Struggling here today. Still in that demand zone. We had a pretty large demand zone we've been waiting for. Gosh, we've been waiting for this demand zone for a long time. Let's look at the options on that. We'll get into that in the other platform here in a second. So currently at 109.27. Struggling today, as it has been for quite some time. Down almost 60, actually over 60% now. Down 60% from the highs right now. So Target is at a discount, but that could be a dying breed. You never know with how the world is changing. Caesar's Palace, or Caesar's Entertainment, I guess, is up 2.3%. All right, where is Target? So silver volatility for some reason is still low. Gold volatility creeping up there, getting down to that demand zone. We will look at some options on that. Currently price is at 170.07. 170.07 with GLD. The November 3rd options. Gosh, not giving anything. Nothing. Move on. Move on to the next one. Going back to Target. Target volatility is slowing down ever so slightly. $108.83. All right. XLV. McDonald's also has been struggling. McDonald's, we have a demand zone. We've been talking about the 250, 247 area. Volatility is peaking up a little bit. Current price at 250, 260 actually. Let's see if that is offering anything. 260. Zero. The 55s are only giving you something. That's just not far enough out of the money. Nope. All right. We'll go back to that. All right. So Coinbase is up 5% now. Coinbase is really surging today. Don't know what the news is on that. Let's check the old lightning bolt and see what it says here. Stocks slip as bond yields resume their climb. Okay, well, whatever. Stocks not really are slipping. They're just kind of sitting where it's at. Cryptocurrencies gain. Okay, so because of crypto, that's why Coinbase is going up with it, or vice versa. Any other notable stocks to look at? 3M is down 2.5% on the day, so 3M's continuing that plummet. Earnings coming up here on the 24th of October. 3M being investigated in Belgium over forever chemicals emissions. All right, well, there you go. Everybody's being investigated these days. Got to have something for those attorneys to do. If they don't have any work, they will find some and they'll create work. God bless them. All right. AMC up to $3.63. Whoop-de-doo. We will not touch that with a 10-foot pole. And rounding out TKO. Currently down 0.5% on the day at $83.60. So that is your market update. Some opportunities moving forward. So we have, a lot of stocks again are becoming cheap again. They're, well, not cheap, but they're more of a discount. So when you're looking to get into different positions, there's opportunities with options. If you're those options traders, just make sure you're protecting your or managing your risk on these trades, because volatility is creeping up. And we could see some big, nice moves moving forward here. So we will continue to monitor that. We'll monitor the target, that target demand zone that we've been waiting for quite some time here, and see if there will be an opportunity there. If it breaks it, to go short, or for those of you that are in some options on that do like target in that area. Hopefully some people did options on that. I know I did, and we'll see if it moves. See what happens with that moving forward. As always, we'll get to do another show tomorrow. We'll do the market update first thing tomorrow morning. Tomorrow will be Tuesday, and we'll scan for opportunities in the options market now that the market is open, and we'll look at that for tomorrow and continue to see what some of the opportunities are moving forward. But as always, collect your profits when they're shown to you and protect your losses, keeping them small. Until next time, retire young, my friends.